Next slide.
Hello. Hello. I don't know how many people are here, and I hope you guys can hear me. Let me just test quickly. Hello. Yes. Nice. Let's see. Kaushik Das, I need your help. NgRx, can you explain deeply A to Z each level with practical test? NgRx, I think so. For NgRx, I have already created a video. Kaushik, I think it's there already on YouTube. But if you have anything specific to ask me for NgRx, then do let me know. Maybe I can help you with that. Like what is the thing which is bothering you? Do let me know, because as per the video what I have just taught, I think so it should be very much straightforward. Let me also share my screen very quickly. NgRx, right? Let's program. I remember I don't know how did I took that series, like what all things I have covered. I need to check again, and you can let me know like what exactly you need help for. Maybe I can help you here. Nice, I can see 4 people. That's great. Let me capture my screen. Okay, right. Let me know if you can see my screen now. Yes, just do let me know, guys, if you can see my screen. Just give a thumbs up. I see 4 people are here, which is nice. Okay, so okay, let me just see what all. Okay, so आज वीडियो का टाइटल सबने देख ही लिया होगा. What title is for today? So आज मैं अपना एक्चुअली एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना चाहता हूँ. Like because as an Angular developer, like it's been 1 year that I have already started with React, but मैं इतना serious नहीं था उसको लेके, because I know you only get serious जब आपको actual कुछ काम करने मिले उसमें. So कुछ पिछले 1 साल से like मैंने काफ़ी अच्छा उसमें काम कर चुका था. So I thought of let me share my experience कि मैंने कैसे transition किया from an Angular developer to React. Like how did I learn React, कैसे मैंने concept को समझने की कोशिश की, things like that. Because if you see in the market, right, सिर्फ Angular है ज़रूरी नहीं है, ठीक है. You never know तुम्हें आगे जाके कौन सा टेक्नोलॉजी स्टैक मिल जाए. अगर आप अभी तुम मार्केट देखोगे तो तुम ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते यार बस एंगुलर या कोई एक फ्रेमवर्क पकड़ के रिएक्ट. मेरा यहाँ बोलना है कि हमें दोनों चीज़ ही करनी चाहिए, दोनों ही चीज़ करनी चाहिए. लाइक अगर आपको एंगुलर आता है तो आपको रिएक्ट भी सीखना चाहिए, अगर रिएक्ट आता है तो एंगुलर भी सीखो, कुछ फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता. बिकॉज अगर आपको एक फ्रेमवर्क आता है अच्छे से, सो दूसरे में जंप करना काफ़ी हद तक ईजी हो जाता है. एंड वैसा ही कुछ एक्सपीरियंस एक्चुअली मैं भी शेयर करने के लिए आज यहाँ पे आया हूँ. लाइक सोचा लेट्स डू अ यूट्यूब लाइव एंड ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन माई ऑडियंस लाइक हाउ थिंग्स like goes for me when I was actually started with React. Okay, so the first thing is what you see, right? जब कुछ भी अगर आपको सीखना हो, right, तो आपको पहले क्या करना चाहिए, पहले उसके बारे में पढ़ो, लाइक वो है क्या, ठीक है. अगर आप React के बारे में पढ़ना है तो गो ऑन React वेबसाइट, ट्राई करो कि उसके डॉक्यूमेंटेशन पढ़ने की ट्राई करो. लाइक डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में क्या दिया हुआ है, क्या है React, वो लाइब्रेरी क्यों है, क्यों से लाइब्रेरी बोलते हैं, फ्रेमवर्क क्यों नहीं है, और रिएक्ट से कितने टाइप के फ्रेमवर्क बने हुए हैं एंड ऑल दैट. उसके बारे में रिसर्च करो. अपने रिसर्च करने के बाद ही कुछ भी चीज़ स्टार्ट करो, मैं तो बोलूँगा. ओके, सो दैट्स हाउ वन शुड ऑलवेज फॉलो. लाइक फर्स्ट गो ahead and check, okay, what is React, what it does and all that. Okay, and then things can become easy for you guys. Like that's what I have followed, right? Okay, and यहाँ पे one of my application what I have created, and this is in React actually. Okay, let me try to do sign up. ये कुछ है नहीं, this is just a normal dev tracker what I have just created. Okay, let me see what went wrong. Okay, sign in is not working because backend start करना पड़ेगा. So React रन हो रहा है, so मुझे अपना backend भी रन करना पड़ेगा. So let's go and run the backend. API project npm run dev, I guess. Okay, let's see. कुछ और लोगों को आने देते हैं क्या? I see 5 people are here already. So yes, so this is what I have created in React. And आज लाइव आने का रीज़न भी वही था. मैंने सोचा कि लेट्स शेयर माई एक्सपीरियंस लाइक व्हेन ड्यूरिंग क्रिएशन ऑफ दिस एप्लीकेशन, लाइक कैसे मैंने एप्लीकेशन क्रिएट किया एंड व्हाट नॉट. ठीक है, सो आई थॉट लेट्स कम लाइव एंड ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन यू गाइस. ठीक है, तो ये पहले बात, ये एप्लीकेशन करता क्या है. लाइक ये एप्लीकेशन एक्चुअली पूरी तरह से कंप्लीटेड नहीं है. इसका बैकएंड मैंने तैयार किया हुआ है, बट स्टिल देयर इज़ लॉट टू डू ऑन द फ्रंट एंड साइड. ओके, so maybe that's what I can share today. That okay, and मैं I'll try to make sure that मैं अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करता रहूँ. लाइक जब मैं डेली इस पर कुछ भी काम करूँ, so I'll try to also upload it on YouTube. That yeah, this is what I have completed till now, and whatever challenges, whatever I faced during the development for this application. ठीक है, so okay, let's see. So ये जस्ट एक डेव ट्रैकर है. सो मुझे हमेशा से था, जब मैं कुछ भी काम करता था, मुझे खुद का एक ट्रैकर बनाने का आदत है. लाइक आई वाज यूजिंग नोशन प्रीवियसली टू मैनेज माय टास्क. मैंने जीरा भी ट्राई किया था. जीरा जस्ट फॉर लाइक सोलो डेवलपर. लाइक मैं कुछ भी डेवलप करता हूँ, मैं अपनी चीज़ों को ट्रैक करना पसंद करता हूँ. लाइक आई वांट टू ट्रैक माय थिंग्स वट एवर आई डू. सो आई थॉट ऑफ लेट्स क्रिएट समथिंग फॉर माई ओन, एंड मे बी इफ समबडी wants to use it, so they can also use it once I will deploy this project. ठीक है, सो ऐसा कुछ मैंने सोचा हुआ था. लेट्स सी. सो ये जो एप्लीकेशन है कुछ नहीं, सिर्फ डेफ ट्रैकिंग के लिए. यहाँ पे हम लोग टास्क ऐड कर सकते हैं, लाइक क्या हम लोग करने वाले हैं वो सब कुछ यहाँ पे आप ऐड करो, डिस्क्रिप्शन दो, प्रायोरिटी लिखो क्या है, डेट वेट डालो, कब तक वो ख़त्म करना है, टैग्स बना सकते हो लाइक किस चीज़ का है, एंड यू कैन क्रिएट अ टास्क समथिंग लाइक दिस. एंड ये टास्क को आप मूव कर सकते हो, कैन यू सी. एंड कैसे मैंने स्टेट मैनेजमेंट किया रिएक्ट में, ये सब कुछ हम लोग देखेंगे. लाइक कैसे मैंने किया, क्या किया, एंड कैसे ये अलग है एंगुलर से, वो सब. ठीक है, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैं आपको ना इसका बैकएंड दिखाता हूँ, लाइक हाउ डिड आई डेवलप दिस बैकएंड. ठीक है, एंड देन वी विल मूव टू द फ्रंट एंड साइड एज वेल, एंड हम लोग कंपेयर करेंगे कि ये चीज़ एंगुलर में कैसे होती जो मैंने भी रिएक्ट में किया है. ठीक है, सो अगर आप कभी भी अपने काम को कंपेयर करोगे ना कि ये कैसे होगा, एंगुलर में कैसे होगा, एंड जस्ट टेक दैट पाथ एंड ट्राई टू सर्च फॉर इट फॉर रिएक्ट कि ये चीज़ रिएक्ट में इसका इक्विवेलेंट क्या है. So in that way you can actually learn a lot of things down the line, and that's why like I have never followed any YouTube tutorials to be honest to learn React. All I did is just थोड़ा सा documentation पढ़ा, थोड़ा सा blogs पढ़े 2-3, and then उसे समझने के बाद उसे try किया implement करने का एक project में. And बस ये follow करते करते I think I was able to know React. I'm not pro in React, but yeah, I can say yes, I can work in React now, like in any company, whatever kind of work I get, I can understand the code base and everything. ठीक है, so इसका पहले backend दिखाता हूँ. So this is how the project look like. This is my dev tracker. Let me zoom this a bit. ठीक है, so I always follow this folder structure where I have a UI and API. UI मैंने बता दिया React में है, और API मैंने बनाया है Node.js. I'm using Node.js here. ठीक है, with TypeScript. ठीक है, TypeScript तो रखना ही, अगर आप कुछ भी प्रोडक्शन रेडी ऐप बना रहे हो, सो मेक श्योर कि आप TypeScript को रखो. ठीक है, alright, so now what I have did in this anyway, if you want this project, right, I have already published this on my GitHub, so you can go on github.com and you can search for dev tracker. Yeah, this project, so you can go on this link. Maybe मैं इसे chat में डाल दूंगा, and then maybe you can go there and try to clone this project, and you can also see whatever code I have did it here. So ठीक है, तो मैंने chat में link दे दिया है, so you can go and check it out कि क्या है ये project. ठीक है, let's go and try to see what we have. So बहुत ही simple सा backend है, and if you see कैसे हम backend को structure किया है हमने यहाँ पे, that पहले पैकेज वाले से दिखाता हूँ हम कौन कौन से पैकेजेस यूज़ कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. So if you see काफ़ी सिंपल सा, हम प्रिज्मा यूज़ कर रहे हैं फॉर प्रिज्मा इज़ बेसिकली एन ORM, ठीक है। प्रिज्मा ORM यूज़ कर रहे हैं, बेक्रिप्ट यूज़ कर रहे हैं, कॉर्स .env एंड एक्सप्रेस, okay, so we are using express here, okay, and JSON web token obviously for encrypting the token and all that, ठीक है। एंड अगर ये टाइप स्क्रिप्ट है तो मुझे सारी डिपेंडेंसी डालनी पड़ेगी सारे एप्लीकेशन के लिए फॉर द टाइप स्क्रिप्ट, तो वो भी मैंने यहाँ पे डाल दिया है, ठीक है। नाउ अभी हमारे पास एक टाइप स्क्रिप्ट प्रोजेक्ट रेडी है जहाँ पे हमारे पास index.ts फाइल है, ठीक है। सो इस फाइल में अगर आप देखोगे राइट, हमारा सारा जहाँ पे मेरा फर्स्ट क्या बोलते हैं फाइल है जो रन होता है, बिकॉज दिस इज व्हाट द फाइल व्हाट वी रन, राइट, द index.ts फाइल और index.js फाइल। सो यहाँ पे मैंने सारे कॉन्फ़िगरेशन किए हुए हैं कि क्या मिडलवेयर यूज़ कर रहा हूँ, कुछ डेटा सीड कर रहा हूँ मैं, जब मेरा एप्लीकेशन रन हो तो डेटाबेस के अंदर कुछ डेटा ऐड हो जाना चाहिए, समथिंग लाइक दैट, वो सब चीज़ें मैंने यहाँ पे डाले हुए हैं, ठीक है। ऐसे करके मैंने ये बैकएंड बनाया हुआ है, ठीक है। एंड बैकएंड को रन करने के लिए अगर आप देखोगे राइट, सो package.json में यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है, लाइक आप npm run dev करोगे तो मैंने ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे कमांड ऐड किया हुआ है, सो दैट ये आपका index.ts फाइल को रन कर देगा, ठीक है। बहुत ही सिंपल, एंड रन करना मैंने बता ही दिया है। अगर आप रन करोगे तो यहाँ पे कुछ डेटा सीड होंगे, ठीक है, जो मैंने यहाँ पे डाले हुए हैं, ठीक है। जैसे कि हमें यहाँ पे कुछ प्रायोरिटीज़ ऐड करने हैं, सो प्रायोरिटीज़ एंड स्टेटस बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट ऐड करना है, सो दैट यू कैन डू इट फ्रॉम हियर, ठीक है। सो वी हैव अ फंक्शन सीड डेटा which help me to add some predefined priorities and statuses. And अगर मैं आपको database दिखाऊं, let me make it here, yep. So if I show you that we have a priorities, ठीक है, let me connect. So this is what I was talking about. So this will help you to seed the data in the database directly, okay. And same thing I did for status as well. So if I run the status, so there will be some 4 status already added. And how is this been added, right? So whenever you run the application, okay, so if you're running the application, this will seed this data, and this seeding of data is happening from where? We have this seed.ts file, right? And this helps me to seed all this data, right? Now बहुत ही सिंपल सा कोड, इट्स वेरी 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 इजी। एंड इफ यू सी नाउ वी हैव सम मॉड्यूल्स हियर, सो वी हैव अ टास्क, वी हैव एक्टिविटीज, वी हैव सेटिंग्स, वी हैव ऑथ, ठीक है। वेरी बेसिक, इट्स अ वेरी बेसिक एप्लीकेशन, जस्ट इट्स डूइंग जस्ट सम CRUD ऑपरेशन, ठीक है, दैट्स व्हाट इट डज। And just let me show you the and whatever I have made it here, right, I made it kind of a production ready application. I'm not just doing everything in a single controller, like not like that. I have a proper route files created, I have a proper service file created who is helping me to do the actual logic, and then I have a controller which is only responsible for doing the necessary job, like handling all your requests what it's coming, okay. And also if you see, I have a utility created which is catch async, so that I don't want to use that try catch everywhere, okay. So I have handled that at one place with this catch async, and I can add my block of code here, and this will handle the error handling for me globally, okay. So I have this catch async which looks something like that. Simple, right? Because I don't want to make my controller more chaotic with all the business logic and everything. So my business logic will reside inside the service layer, okay. Like for example, if you see the authentication, so here I have all the logic how the user wants to sign up. So that's how I try to separate my business logic from the controller, okay. I don't want to make the controller chaotic. So controller is only responsible for routing you to the proper service which does some job and returns some value. That's it. All right, so again, we are not here to learn backend, but yeah, as per the title, we are here to actually discuss about how, like, is it really tough or easy for someone to learn React, okay. But I just wanted to show you the backend, how the backend is been done, so that I have already shared a link, right, of the GitHub, so you can go and clone this project, and you can also get access to this particular code base. And whatever the new advancement I will be doing for this project, I'll push it, so that you just have to do git pull and you can get all the changes whatever I'm doing for this project, okay. Now let's take a look at this React project. So how did I manage to build this application, right? So if you see, right, till now I have only integrated the setting module and auth module with the backend. Still I have to do things on this particular home page, on the dashboard page, like for example adding of the task and all, updating the task and deleting the task and all that, and doing some filters, because currently if I refresh the page, right, can you see it all gets removed because currently it's only in memory. Okay, and the state, what I'm trying to handle, I'm handling it with React. Okay, React context API, where we have this theme, right? So I have created a context API which helps me to create all this. Okay, let's take a look now at this project, the UI project. How does a UI project looks like? Okay, to create a React application, you can directly go on Vite. So npm create React app, okay, at the rate Vite later. By that you can create a new React app. So again, if you want to know more about it, you just head over to the document and you can just search for create new React app. That's what I actually do most of the time. Like if I want to learn something, that's what I do. I just go and search for it. Okay, how can we do that? Okay, if you want to create this React app using Vite, you can also do that as well. You can search for Vite. So if you go on Vite, Vite has everything documented, like how you can create a React project and all that. You can see npm create Vite at the latest, and this will help you to generate the template. Okay, and that's how I got this template for me, the UI template, what you see here. Okay, as I'm using Vite here, so I have everything here configured. Okay, now, okay, so what all things you required for to create a React application? So actually Vite handles most of the job for you. So the moment you add Vite and do things, so it will handle everything for you. Like you will add all the dependencies and dev dependencies what you need. Okay, so here if you see, I have added few external packages like the stand and React Toastify. Okay, just for getting those toast notification and all that. Okay, then I have this framer motion. So if you see here, right, I have some animation in my project. If I refresh, can you see there is something gets animated? And if I show you, right, in the settings, whenever I do any updates, for example, I want to change my name to Shashi Kumar. Okay, and if I click on save changes, so can you see there is some toast? So that's what I'm just trying to use some external library to do all of this. Okay, so I update this, so can you see everything gets updated, and even if I refresh, right, my state is maintained because this page is connected with the backend already. Okay, now let's take a look like what all steps what I have did to create this app. So now I have a package.json ready with all the necessary package here. So I have this okay, I'll talk about this. So if you see, right, I have a drag and drop. So to do that drag and drop, what I've used this package hello pangate/tnd. I'm using the latest package of it, and this helps me to create this drag and drop so easily. Let me show you what I mean about that drag and drop. Okay, this is in progress. I made it high. Let's give a date, enter, and let's create. Can you see now? If I see, I have this drag and drop already ready, and here you can see as well, right, my completed task gets changed. So if I drag this to again to-do list, so this becomes 0. If I make it to in progress, so okay, let me grab again. Yeah, I know because of that animation it's been bit kind of snappy. It's all because of that framer what I'm using. So can you see now all the states are getting updated instantly. Okay, but currently whatever state you see on this page, this is in memory. I have not yet connected this with backend, but this one is connected with backend as well. So if you see, we have this dark and light mode thing, and again this is persisted in the backend as well. Okay, right, now again let's go to the code. So now we know about package.json. Again we get our index.html file, something similar like Angular, right? We have app-root, which is in our index.html, because if you remember, right, what is React and Angular? So by using Angular and React, what you guys can do, you can create single page application, right? Single page application means you will have one HTML file, and this is what it is, the HTML file, which is nothing but where we have a root. Okay, So in Angular, if you remember, we have something like this selector app root. Yes or no? While in React, we have something like this. So we have a div with an ID called as root. Okay, so if you ask me what things render first on React application, I think this is the index.html file, which renders first. Okay, and what this guy has a div, and this is nothing but a container where all your content will render dynamically, because this is a single page application, and in single page application we have a big box, and inside that box we render things dynamically. Like for example, if you see in this big box, whenever I go on task, can you see? If you take a look at here, right, so now my page is not getting reloaded. My page doesn't get reload. So whatever content you see, it all comes dynamically. So that's what a definition of single page application is, right? All right, so now as we have this, okay, so now we know that we have an index.html file with this ID root. But Shashi, what is this ID root? What this root does? Okay, so let's take a look. For that, we have to go in a file called as main.tsx. Okay, so I have this main.tsx file, and inside that, can you see, I'm creating a root, and this root comes from where? It comes from the React package. It comes from the React DOM. Okay, so this is what we are using, right? We have React and React DOM in the package.json. Yes or no? So if I go here, so we have a React and we are using React DOM. So what does React DOM provides? So this guy provides us this method, which is create root, and this, if you see, we have a document.getElement by ID. That's what we do in JavaScript, right? We get element by ID, and inside that ID we are trying to render this container where we have this auth provider and app. Just forget about the auth provider at the moment, okay? So this is a concept of React context, which I don't want to explain you now. Okay, so let's ignore this part first, and let's focus only on the app. So if you see, right, so what it does, so now React is creating a root and it is trying to render this app inside. An app is nothing but a selector. Let's go inside this app now. So if I go in the app, can you see I have a app.tsx, right? I have a app.tsx, and whatever content you see in the app.txs, that is getting rendered over main, and this main is getting rendered over where? In the index.html file. Simple. Okay, so if somebody will ask you like what is the, what we say, that bootstrapping process of React, so that's how it is. So we have an index.html where we have main, and then main renders the app.tsx. So that's how things are in React as well. And if I compare the same with Angular, maybe if I have an Angular project, yes, I do have. Okay, let me close this. So it's something similar, right, in Angular as well. So in Angular, if you go in the src, we have index.html, correct? Again, this is SSR application, so that's why you guys can see some logic here inside the script, but yeah, ignore. So can you see inside index.html, I have a root, and if you, this root is, this selector is present where? It's present inside your app.component. Can you see? I have an app.component selector. And now whatever you have, so okay, so this selector, what it does, it takes the content from your HTML and it renders inside the selector. That's it. So whatever content I have in HTML, so what I have in HTML, I have a header, I have a router outlet. Yes or no? And whatever router outlet is activated, that gets rendered on this particular page. So inside this particular container. Yes or no? So in the same way, React is also doing something similar. So we have a root, then we have main.tsx, which is rendering your app, and inside the app, whatever content you have, that gets rendered on the index.html file. As simple as that. Okay. All right. So now there is, okay, let's take a look at the comment as well. Someone is asking, can you explain what is Vite more? Yes, I can, Ahmed. Okay, so what is Vite? Again, if you have a doubt, right, what you should do, you should just go ahead on the official website. Okay, what is this Vite? So this Vite is nothing but kind of a bundler. Okay, this helps you to bundle your things. So for example, if you have remember right now, Angular also uses Vite. So people are saying now Angular supports Vite. What it does actually, it just helps you to build your things faster. So if you remember, we have some Webpack module federation, we have Webpack, okay, which helps us do the module federation and all that. But now we don't require this Webpack and all that. Now because we have Vite now. Okay, so can you see there is so they have actually clearly explained the problem first. So before ES module, we are a browser dependent and all that. We had a lot of things here, and now with Vite, right, we don't have to worry about. So this guy helps you to bundle directly as a single. So now there are a lot of other framework like Angular, React, Swellkit. Okay, Next.js is also one of the React framework which uses Vite for doing the bundling. Okay. Can you see now? That's how this particular architecture of this Vite looks like. Okay, it's natively helps you to bundle your application and then serves it on the browser. Okay, so that's what it helps you to do. It helps you for the bundling. Okay, and now most of the projects uses Vite out of the box. There is also something called as analog. I think analog is possible because of Vite, because of the Vite configuration what we have now. So if you take a look at analog.js, right, which is a meta framework for Angular. Can you see it? The first thing what they try to showcase is that this is Vite powered, which means this will help you to bundle your things by using this Vite. And Vite is nothing but just a bundler which helps you to bundle your application. Okay, so that's what Vite is. Now let me take the second question. Sir, hello sir, can you please do a video for helping people like me to integrate a fully bootstrapped template on Angular project? That I can do that. Okay, I think I have a project on GitHub as well. Okay, maybe what I can do, I can update this for you. Bootstrap, I remember that there was material bootstrap starter. I think I have created something like this. So maybe what I can do, right, I think I have never updated this since so long. So what I can do, I can help you to update this project, and maybe then you can use this for your work, whatever you want. Okay, right, now let's take a look further like what we have. So now if you remember, right, in Angular we had router outlet, correct? So now here in React also we have something called as router. Okay, but in Angular we get everything out of the box because Angular is a framework. But same thing is not possible for React because React is just a library. Okay, and if you want to use any feature, okay, any feature like routing, then you have to get it from outside. Okay, so what do I mean by outside? Outside means you have to get it from some outside package. So there is something called as React Router DOM. If I search about this React Router DOM, can you see this is one of the external package which you use it inside React. The good thing about this package is highly maintained. Like, can you see, we just now 2 days back someone published, and look at the weekly download. Okay, so this is also very important, like how much like community, because this is driven by the community, right? So there is people who are helping you to maintain this particular package, and that's where I see sometimes drawback in React. Like React is completely dependent on external packages, while for Angular it's not. Okay, we have everything at one place. Okay, so yeah, that's the best part what I loved about Angular. Like that's why people say it's enterprise ready. If you want to build anything enterprise ready, I think that should be Angular. Like Angular always be the first choice, what I have seen, like most of the time. Right, now again let's come back. So now to do things for the routing, right? So now we have React Router DOM. And how do we configure the routing in React? It's very simple. You just import this package. Okay, so you have this browser router, which we have just used as router, and then you have routes and route. Okay, so if I open up the router, inside that I have routes, and if I open up the routes, inside that I have single route. Okay, so we have routes, and inside that we have route, single route. Okay, like for example, now can you see, if I click on the task, I go on the task page. If I click on this, so I go on the home page. If I click on get started, I go on the dashboard page. How is this routing possible? Everything is possible because of this. So can you see, now we have a route. So whenever the path is slash, which means you have to display an element called as landing page. If the path is slash login, display a page called as login, which is inside the element. So we have a route with a path, and we provide an element. Okay, if the route path is settings, then please provide this element. Okay, don't worry about this. What is this protected route, Shashi? Don't worry about that now. We will talk about that later, like how do we add some securities. If you remember, right, in Angular we have something called as route guards. So this is something similar to that concept, and that's what I told you, right? React and Angular both are same. Conceptually everything is same. Okay, you just need to make sure how things are done in Angular and how things are done in React. Only that thing gets differed, but logically everything is same. That's what I say. So now if you see, right, now again, to configure routing in React, we had a router, and inside the router we have routes, and inside the routes we have single routes. Okay, again guys, whoever are new here, so if you want, this project is already available on GitHub. So I have already provided the link in the description, so you can head over there and you can download this project. Okay, so we have this dev tracker project created. Recently I created this project, and that too in React and Node.js as the backend framework. Okay, now let's go back again and let's try to see what are the further things what I have did. Again, we are using Tailwind, so that's why you see all of this added, this min, screen and all that classes. So now if you see, whenever the path is blank, we have a landing page created. So now again, React is also a component based architecture. Okay, so if you take a look at the folder structure, so now you know about main.ts, you know about app.tsx already. So okay, let me talk also about index.css. So this is nothing but the style.css what we have in Angular. So if I show Angular project, we have a global styling, right? Style.scss. So this is something similar what I have in React as well. Okay, so this is our global styling, right? Now let's take a look at the folder structure. How did I did my folder structure? So as I told you, React is a component based architecture. So I have created my components folder. Okay, I have some constant as well, where I'm trying to maintain my application constants, like for example the API URL, what is my app name and all that. Okay, then there is something called as context, which I'll talk about it later. Okay, so this context is nothing but just take it as behavior subject or something like that. You want to share some data across unrelated components, so how you can do that? In Angular it's behavior subject, in React it's context, by using the React's context API. So can you see, we have create context, use context and all that. So this is part of React, so that's what we use to share data, but we will talk about it later, not now, because that's going to be a very tricky topic. Okay, so that's how you maintain your context. Then we have hooks. Okay, we'll take a look about what are hooks, but yeah, there are something which is provided by React itself. There are hooks from React, like use state, use effect. Okay, we have a lot of them already, like we have React use memo and all that, but we can also create our own custom hooks, and that's what I have created here. So I have a hook for my themes, like what to have to manage my themes. I have a hook to check for the user validity, like if the user is genuine or not. Like whenever I want to check, whenever someone refreshes the page, I always want to validate if my user is valid or not. So for that also I have created a hook which always does the validations for me. I'll talk about that maybe in some separate video, like how did I do it and all that. But currently I'm just trying to showcase you like how things are for me in this particular React project and how things are similar with Angular and all that. Okay, then we have some libs which I'm not using right now because I was using Firebase for login and sign up, but later I moved completely to my own by using Node.js, so I'm not using this for now. Okay, I think so I have uploaded this as well, so I need to, because I have added all my configurations here and all that, so don't worry guys, I will be removing this project so you cannot use it. Right, now let's go further. Now we have pages and something similar what I always do in Angular as well. So Angular also I have pages, I have landing page, I have the resize page, and inside the resize page I have components and all that. So I'm trying to do something similar over here. So I have pages where I have auth page. Inside auth I have two pages like login and sign up. Okay, then I have a dashboard page, I have a landing page, I have settings page, and I have a task page. And all these things you can also take a look here. So now if I go back like this, okay, if I go /login, okay, maybe let me go ahead and try to clear my token. Okay, let me, because currently I'm logged in, so you can see even if I refresh the page, can you see I'm always there on the page. But now if I go back here in the application, if I delete this token, which means the user is been logged out, something like that. If I try to refresh now, can you see I came to the login page because I'm not authenticated. And that's where I have this login page, I have a sign up page. Okay, here user can sign up, and okay, this is already integrated. So again, if you're looking for something in React like authentication, authorization, so that is already covered with this project. Okay, so but this is what the page I was talking about. We have a sign up page, sign in page, and if I try to do sign up, I comes on the dashboard page. Okay, this is the dashboard, this is the home, this is the task page, and this is the setting page. Okay, so that's how you divide your things into React project. You create pages, and inside pages you try to use components. Like for example, I have created components. So if I take a look at dashboard page, right? So dashboard page has several things. Like for example, we have your stats here, we have recent activities, then we have a task board. So don't you think this can be divided into three different projects? Like three different components, one for this, one for this, and one for this. Yes or no? And that's what I have did here. So if you take a look here, so I have a task stats, which is the stats. Then I have a recent activity, which is this. Then just in the bottom, we have a task board, which is this. Yes or no? I think we do something similar in Angular also, where we try to divide our things into a small components. So now let's take a look at first component here. Okay, but before that, yeah, you can see we have created a store. I'm so sorry, let me take this. So currently I was handling this as a store. So I have a small store created to store all my tasks locally, okay, on the browser itself. Like for example, if I try to add a task, as I told you, create a new React project. This is random description, priority is high, this is to do, yeah, is in to do by 15, and web dev, React learning. We can give some tags, some cool tags, and you can create a task. Can you see we have created a good task here? So that's what it is. So that's what this store is doing. The store is helping me to persist this particular state whenever I create something. Again, sorry, it will not persist, but yeah, it will just create in memory. And if I refresh the page, then it will just go off. Can you see this is quite snappy, right? I can make it very much snappy. So if I do this, yeah, it just tries to see, hey, take me to the proper container, and then only I will stop. Okay, so you have to drag it to the proper container and then you can stop it. That's how you do drag and drop. Okay. Now, okay, so currently that's what I was trying to explain. So we have this store to store this particular state, and to do this right in Angular, what do? We create a subject, behavior subject, as a service. So we will create a task service, and we will add everything inside there. So we will create an empty behavior list as a subject, and we will try to store the data inside that. But if you refresh the page, the whole data just vanishes. So same thing will happen here at the moment. Okay, because this is not integrated with backend. Now, I also try to maintain my types as well. So that's how you see. So I have all the types. So we have a task type, we have user type, okay, where user has ID, email, and name, and then we have user settings as well. Okay, user settings, what it has user ID, theme, email notification, and task reminder, which is this. Yes or no? Right. Now let's take a look at our first component, what I have created in the dashboard. So how do we create a component in React? It's easy. You just create a single file. The file name is taskstat.tsx. How do we do things in Angular? In Angular, we tend to write, right? Like we say taskstats.component.ts, but in React, we just give it as taskstats.tsx. Okay, because React, if you see in React, we can also write code, we can also write template. So there is something called as JSX. Okay, so in JSX, if you see, this is not HTML, it's just HTML where you can also write code. So that's why people say it as it's a JSX file, but as we're using TypeScript, so we name it as TSX. That's the only difference here. Okay, now what do I have in this particular task stat? Okay, so what does actually a component is? A component is in React is nothing but just a function. If I ask you what is component in Angular, so you will say a component is a class. Yes or no? But in React, a component is a function which returns a JSX. Which returns, this is nothing but a JSX, right? We have HTML with some logic. So don't say that this is what we say in HTML. This is not HTML. This is a JSX file. This is JSX. This returns a JSX, which looks like HTML. That's it. Okay. So if someone asks you what is React component, it's just a function which returns a JSX. That's it. Right. So now that's what things looks like in React. So now this is a very simple, what do I say? Very simple component. And what this guy has, so can you see now we have this use task. Can you see the task what we have created? Okay, so currently this will be empty. So can you see we have this empty task, and whenever user clicks on add, so what it does, it tries to set this. Okay, we are trying to set the task with some new added task. If I want to update, this is the update logic. This is very pretty straightforward, guys. You can go on ChatGPT, you can find like what is this logic actually doing and all that. It's very simple and easy to understand. If you want to delete, you just try to filter and you remove. And if you want to move a task, like whenever I try to drag, right, whenever I'm dragging it, so I'm trying to change the status of it. So that's what it happens. So it based on the task ID for which task ID I was dragging, this will update the status. Okay, with the new status and what time it got updated. Very simple. Yes or no? This is what we are using it here inside this component. So now I have initialized my task, and there I have few stats. Yes or no? So the stat is I have completed task. Then for displaying the value, I have added a logic. This does task.filter. It is filtering all the done, which means whatever things are inside the done. Okay, whatever is inside the done. So this will increment this as a completed task. Okay, then I have something called as in progress. So this filters for in progress status. So if I put it again into in progress, can you see this becomes 0 and this becomes 1 now. Magic. Yes or no? It's just about logic, guys. There is nothing called as React and Angular. It's just about logic. So if I do in Angular, again, I will be doing something similar logic there as well, maintaining it as a single file, and inside that I will be adding these filters. Maybe I would have used signal now, like we have a computed, so you can make use of computed signal. Whenever a signal changes, you can help us to give this status. Yes or no? So something like that. And now if you take a look what we just return a normal HTML with some logic. So we have a stats. So we are saying stats.map, and inside the map I'm trying to return this div, and that's how easy it is. Okay, so maybe you guys can also give it a try. As just go here, clone this project, and start running the project. Maybe if you want to run it, right, but you have to make sure that you have added all the environment variables first. Okay, so maybe again let me go there. So I have this environment variable, so you just have to put your database URL here. Okay, add your database URL, give a port number, give us some JWT secret, and you can adjust the JWT expiry whatever you want. But to use it, you have to give the connection string here of the Postgre. If you're using Postgre, you can just directly go and put the URL here. That's it. And then you can run by the command like this, npm run dev, and same thing for React as well, npm run dev, and this will run the project. Okay, but yeah, that's how things looks like into a React project, right? Now you can ask me like, Shashi, how do we do the property initialization in React? How do we do that? Okay, like for example, right, let me take this example of the settings. Let's go to the settings. Now I have a logic here that whenever I click on this edit, okay, whenever I click on this edit, I want to enable this. Can you see? If I click on this, so this gets saved. If I click on this, so my editing is enabled. I can change any name, and I can click on save changes, and this will update this. Yes or no? So my question to you guys is how we can do that, how this can be done. I see 4 people are here. So anybody know how we can do that in Angular? Maybe if you know, then just put it in the chat. Let me see if you know this. Okay, so I want to perform this. Like if I click on this edit, this should get enabled, and I can update, and I click on save button, it should save to the DB. If you know, then please put in the chat. Let's see who knows this. So to implement such kind of logic in React, let me tell you how we can do that. It's very easy. So what I have created a state here. The state is nothing but how you create a property in Angular. Like for example, in Angular, if you want to do this, you will say that we have a public is editing. You give it as a boolean, and then you initialize this as a false. Yes or no? This is how you would do it in Angular. But to do that in React, it's different. You have to use hooks. You have to use React hooks. Okay, so this is a React hook what I'm using, useState. And what this useState does, this helps you to manage the local state, local variable state. And that's how we do this in Angular. In Angular, what we add, we say public is editing, we first initialize, and then we will have a function. So for example, whenever the user clicks on this button, so in Angular, what do? We create function, right? Like for example, on edit. Yes or no? Let me again say on edit, and then you will pass the event. Like, okay, for example, you have this on edit, and then you will say, okay, so whenever user is clicking that, so I'll say this dot is editing equals to this dot is editing. If it is true, then make it false. If it is false, then make it true. That's it. That's how you do, right? That's how you enable and disable. And in Angular, you will be using that as nga for maybe @if now, or maybe with some boolean you can manage the state of the CSS, like when it is disabled or when it is enabled. but this is React, so this is a bit different. Okay, the logic is same, but to do these things are different. So in React we create useState where we initialize the first value as false, something like this. So now this will make this value as false. Now what if you want to update the value? So to update the value, right, what do we do? So whenever somebody clicks on this, right, so in Angular that's how you do. You can do it like this. So we can say is editing as true. Suppose if you want to make it true, if you want to make it false, you say this as false. But if you want to toggle like on off, so you do something like this. Yes or no? Okay, so that's how simple it is. So if I save the changes, so yeah, now in React, so now we have ease editing, so this can be used. So let's see where I'm using this. So if I go just in the bottom, so can you see now? So whenever I want to click on that edit button, whenever I want to click on that submit button, that's how things get changed. Yes or no? Let me just go back to that button clicking. Yep. So that's where we are doing. This is for the API call, and here you can see, right, we have this input. Okay, this input, then we have this name, text and all that. So what I'm trying to do, right, if editing is false, so can you see we have this disable state, we have this disabling of that particular field. This is currently disabled. So when I click on this edit button, so editing gets enabled. Yes or no? The editing gets enabled. So if the editing gets enabled, so you want to change this state, right? So from disable you want to make it enable. So that's what you do here. So if it is not editing, so the disable becomes false. Okay, and that's how you try to do things here. And whenever you change, right, so whenever you change, so we have this handle input change. So whenever I'm changing here, right, so this calls this particular function, and this always updates the profile form with the name. Again, let's not go there, it will be very much difficult at the moment, but yeah, we are just here to understand like how things are similar with Angular and all that. Okay, you remember, right, in Angular it's very easy to do. We have ng model, so we can use ng model because React has a drawback, which is it doesn't support two-way data binding, while in Angular we have two-way data binding out of the box. So yeah, to achieve that in React, we have to do something like this. So on every change of the field, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to update whenever the input field changes. I'm taking it from the event.target. We have this value, and that value I'm trying to update it here. So we have this set profile form and all that. So yeah, let's not go there. Yeah. Okay, it's gonna be more, it can go a bit difficult, so I don't want to do that now in just first video. Okay, we will talk about this daily, maybe whenever we have time, like half an hour, 1 hour, about whatever changes I'm making for this particular project. Right, so now that's what things gets updated there. But and by using this property, right, is editing, which we have created on the top, we are able to use it in the HTML to handle disable and enable state. Right, and now if you take a look, right, whenever I try to click on the save changes, what happens? So if I try to click on save changes, it helps me to do the API call. Okay, it helps me to do the API call. So if you remember that we have the save button, the save changes, and in the save changes we will have a form, and whenever you click on the save, it calls this handle profile submit. So first thing what it does, if is editing is false, okay, if it is not editing, then it will just return is editing to true. So here we are trying to update the is editing. So if I want to do this Angular, how will I do? I will say this dot is editing equals to true. Yes or no? That's how I do this in Angular. This line what you see here. Okay, this is something like this. Just don't get confused. Yeah, this is the if condition. If is editing is, like, if we are not editing, then you just go and set is editing to true. That's it. Okay, now here we are trying to do the try catch because we are doing the API call. And to do the API call in Angular, what we have, we make use of HTTP client. But here we make use of fetch, which is a window function, right? So we have this fetch where we try to put the URL, and we also put the HTTP headers. Okay, here we try to provide the header value, what is the HTTP type, if it is put, post, delete, get, and all that, right? So this is an update. So we have a put, and we pass the header, and here we have authorization as well. Again, there could be some better way to do this. Again, I'm not a master in React, but yeah, that's what things I have figured out till now to develop my application here. Okay, so here I have this header, and here we are passing the bearer token because only the valid user can update this. So I have that logic already added in the backend. Okay, and then you provide the body, okay, with the form data. And what this profile form has, this profile form is nothing but having the username. Okay, so what is the username, which is this. So what we are trying to do, we are just trying to pass this username to update in the backend. Okay, and that's what it does. So that's where I try to add this try and catch, and if the response is okay, if the response comes as okay, 200, then what it will do, it will display a toast message that hey, display name updated. And after updating it, what I want to do, I want to set the editing to false again, because I don't want to edit now. And to do that in Angular, again is same, this dot is editing false again, yes or no? Or else the response is not okay, then we will say fail to update the profile. And if there was any error came in between, like during the API call, then it will come in the catch block, and it will again throw the same, it will just give a console error. Or maybe if you want, you can also add a toast message that he failed to update the profile. Easy, right? And that's how you do. The only thing, if you see, there is something called as we are wrapping it with a use callback. And this is just for making sure that React is not doing re-rendering. So we make sure that we are using this use callback to do the optimization, to do the performance optimization. And again, I don't think so in Angular, right? You have, remember, we have something called as change detection and all that. So now, as you see, right, in Angular, we are moving more and more towards signals. We are trying to adapt signals. Because of that, we can move away from zoneless. We can move away from zone by adapting to zoneless Angular. Again, it is still not mature. It's still into experimental phase, but yeah, that's the future of Angular, what I see, where we will be ditching the zone so that we are not doing that change detection again and again, because that really impacts the performance of your application. Again, to create a to-do application, it will not impact that much, but imagine you have a very big application where you have like thousands of components, and if a re-rendering happens at the top layer, then imagine it will re-render all the 1000 components, which is not good, correct? That's where you have to make sure that whenever you're writing a code, you are making sure that you're using all the latest things out there. Okay, so that's why I was very much amazed by this use callback, which is actually helping me to avoid that re-rendering of your application whenever I'm doing that API call and all that. Okay, so that's what I have. Again, guys, this is not a React teaching tutorial. Okay, I'm just trying to demonstrate the code in front of you so that you guys can get some confidence. Like if you are actually thinking to learn React, then maybe you can kickstart your things. Okay, I'm not here to teach you React at the moment. If you want me to do such kind of videos, then do let me know in the comment. I see there are 4 people. Guys, yes, just let me know if you really need it. Mention it in the comment. I will definitely gonna do it from basic. Currently I'm showing you the whole project, but if I want to teach you something, I'll teach it from the base level. Like, what is React? What is that create root? What is that create element? Okay, how do we create things just by importing React from CDN and all that? I will go in that in that way. Okay, right. Now what else this project has? So now if you see here, I'm doing the API calls for updating my notification settings and all that. where I also have the handle notification change. If you see, right, whenever I'm trying to change this, again this also does a API call. Okay, like for example, you need email notification for your task whenever you create a task, so you can enable and disable from here. Okay, so this data has been persisted in the backend, but this will still not trigger any email. That's still pending. Okay, it's still pending. Okay, but I will be doing that this weekend, so yeah, maybe then we will have all of this feature. Again guys, I see whoever are here, if you're interested to contribute in this project, then please do it. Okay, if you know that I can make something better than you, then please do it. You can raise a PR and maybe we can review it together, and then we can merge it and we can make this application accessible to everyone, like whoever wants to use it or whoever wants to make this app as a base to learn React application, so they can do that. Okay, so let's try to collaborate with each other and make things possible for others as well. Right, so that's what you see here, what I have created till now. So yeah, can you see I'm using all the latest features of React here. We have this use memo, and again this also have its own benefits. Okay, where we are not trying to create the object again and again, we have the single instance of it by using this use memo. Again, helps you to do the performance improvement. Right now, that's what we have at the moment for this project, and this is what I wanted you guys like to show you guys, like this is what I have till now. Okay, and again this project is available for everyone. You can go ahead and try to use it by your own, like you can create your own DB stuff and you can start using it. Okay, now let's see something interesting, maybe, if or whatever I have missed to say. So I have common, maybe this is something called as theme. For theme, what I have created, I don't know, maybe this we can take it as a separate video where maybe I can show you how to implement dark and light mode in Angular. Okay, I wish that to start the React course, your teacher, you're the master. Oh, yep. Thanks, man. Thanks, Osama Hassan. Thank you so much for that comment. But yeah, I think so. I should take it and I should start this from base. Maybe just to understand, like make you understand, guys, about this topic. And trust me, guys, React is very easy as compared to Angular. If you know Angular, then yes, it is easier than Angular. Okay, but if you don't know anything, then I think everything will be tough for you. But if you know already Angular, if you know the concepts of from front-end framework, like how things are, then like learning React will be breeze. At least for me, yes, it was. And good thing about React, what I see is the community. The community seems to be big as compared to Angular. Okay, I love Angular, but I will not deny that the community is quite big for React. And yeah, people say there are a lot of jobs in React as compared to Angular, but I think they both are neck to neck. I would say no one is exceeding others at the moment, what I see. Okay, that's just my opinion, guys. That's just my opinion. Right now, yeah, this is what I was talking about, the protected route. So if you see, this just act as a router guard in Angular, right? In Angular we have route guard. Here we call it as protected route, where we are trying to pass the content. Remember ng content. This is nothing but your children which you want to render. So what it does, right? It's pretty straightforward, right? If you want to run, for example, in route guard, what you do? So whenever you're trying to activate a route, so for example, if I go /dashboard, but before that you want to do some validation, hey, if the user is valid or not. So that you can handle by using this, by protected route. And if you take a look here, I'm using this context, what I have created, the use context. So I have this use auth context, what I have created. So if you go inside this use auth, what it does, right, it just exposes few things for us, which is user and loading. That's it, right? and if things are loading, then what it does, it just helps you to display the spinner animation. So that's what it does. So whenever if it is loading, then it will display the animation spinner, and it will check if there is no user. So for example, you are not authenticated. If you're authenticated, then you will have a user object. But if you don't have a user object, then what it returns, it will return you directly to the login page. If you remember, we have something similar concept in Angular as well, auth guards. And auth guard does the same thing. We have a can activate route where I remember like a lot of people do and go and check if token is there or not. Yes or no? If you check for the token, if the token is there, then yeah, you are logged in, something like that. But here you are not doing that. But here in React, we actually helps make use of this context to fill the context with the user. If the user is there, which means you are logged in. If user is not there, which means you are not logged in, and they will return you back to the login page. And that's simple it is, to be honest. Right. I don't know if you have any question, you can ask me. I see I have still 2 people watching me. That's great. That's good. I think we have a peak of 10. Okay, let me see the comment. I see Abhiraj. I know this guy. Okay, this guy has worked with me already. Abhiraj. Thank you, sir. Okay, so that's what just I wanted to share today, like by coming live. Okay, and discussed about all of this topic. Again, if you have any further question about running this application and all that, so you can directly ping me on Telegram or LinkedIn or Instagram, wherever you can find all the links to me in the description. Maybe I will add that. You can just connect with me on Telegram, and then we can talk about it. Like if you have any doubt or any questions for this, to run this project. Okay. And again, if you want to start with React, then do let me know. Again, I see 1 people have already asked, like I hope I get time now over the weekend, then maybe I can start recording part by part. Okay. Because I am actually loving React a bit as compared to what I had, what I was already doing in Angular. Okay. So I hope. Okay, if you want to see, like I have created one more application. I don't know. Okay, maybe I can show that. I have created one more application in React, which I'm currently using it as well in my office. So we have this Scrum poker. Okay. Okay. First of all, let me share the problem statement. So what we were doing previously, that to do the estimation, we were using the chat window. And we say, like there was a countdown where we say 1, 2, 3, and then we hit enter with our estimations. Okay. So now, so what I have did, I thought of, okay, for that problem, let me come up with a solution. So I created this Scrum poker where we can do something like this. Okay, let me create a session. So we can start a session. Okay, here you can give a name. So if you are working in Scrum, so you know what I'm trying to create here, what I have created here. Okay, so I can give my name here, like, okay, I'm the first guy, Shashi. I created a room. Okay, so here I can see the participants here. Okay, here I can see the name. Okay, let me also create one more instance. Right, I'll create it over here. Maybe, yep, here. Let me go again, create poker. I don't think so. I think I should have done that. Okay, I can go and copy this link, and I can open this link over here. Okay, can you see the room ID is already filled? Here I just need to give my name. I'll give a name as Aviraj, one of my friend. Okay, so let's go ahead and join the room. So can you see now I have 2 people in the room. Okay, I have 2 people in the room. One is Abhiraj and one is me. I don't know how do I try to do, because I don't want to break the layout. That's why. That's the first thing. Let me open up this again. Where it went. Okay. Okay, I think it went on the screen. Okay, here, we bring it back. Yeah, this is much better. So now I have these two rooms. So now what I can do, I can create someone Scrum Master. So I can go here, click here and make him Scrum Master. So what does Scrum Master has? So Scrum Master, if you make someone Scrum Master, then what you can do, he will have some privilege. Then he will see this delete estimate and reveal estimate. So only Scrum Master can do that. Okay. Now for example, now we are trying to estimate some story. So here I can go and estimate a story. So let me give this story as 5. So what Abhiraj did, Abhiraj has estimated his number. So can you see he has this card hidden. Okay. And now if I go for my name, so I can also go and estimate. Suppose I give as 3. So now both of them have estimated. But can you see I don't see the reveal and delete option? Because I'm not Scrum Master. Who is Scrum Master? Abhiraj. So Abhiraj can see this option, reveal. And here you can see it's written here. So this is Abhiraj. So now if you go and click on the reveal estimation, so can you see? Now we are able to see that, okay, so now he can hide and, okay. And now this is also visible for Shashi as well. If I show this live, right, let me do it like this. Because he is not responsive, so it's fine. So can you see now if I hide this, so can you see this is get hidden. If I reveal, estimation gets revealed. You can also delete the estimations and you can start fresh. So again, now we were estimating some story. I give a 5 and Abhiraj gave 5. Even I gave 5. Okay, now I will go and reveal the estimation. Can you see? Now 5, 5. And okay, now the problem here is, right, ideally the Scrum Master should not what do we say, give any estimations. So that's how things are for us. So now for example, there is one more user. Okay, let me join this project. Let me join this project with some another user just to demonstrate. Okay, so this username is Raj. He clicks on join. Now again we are doing so this is Abhiraj, which is this, and this is Shashi, and this is Raj. Now what we did, right, so now he explained us the story. Now we are giving the estimation. Suppose I gave 2 and Raj also gave 2. Okay, now if I reveal this, right, so can you see, if I reveal, if my estimations are 2 and 2, then I will have this confetti, what you just saw, kind of a celebration. Okay, so that's what it just does. And actually this is helping one of the purpose. Like now with this, I think my team were also very happy actually, that now we have something where we don't have to use the chat window to do the estimations. Correct? So yeah, so that's what I did. So, and that's where I thought of, okay, let's build this in React, because I saw a problem and I tried to solve that. So if you try to solve a problem, then you will definitely create a good application, or else you will always be creating to-do list, to-do app and all that. So that will not help you actually to gain the logic building, like how you do logic building for all of this. Okay, so that's why I always say, try to find a problem and try to create a solution of it. Right, so this is one of the application what I have created, and this is in React, and the backend is in Node.js. Not to Node.js, I have a very single file created. That's my Express server, which uses socket.io. So socket.io is for real-time communication. So whenever you see, right, I'm estimating anything, the other person see it live. Okay, and again, if you guys want to use this for your Scrum thing, then go ahead and use it. So this is already live. You can go on poker.letsprogram.in and you can start using it. I think Abhiraj, if you are here, then maybe yeah, you can ask your team member to use this. Right, so yeah, this is what I have. Let's see the comment section and then maybe we can wrap for today. Let's see. All right, so please make a video on XUnit testing for all layers. XUnit, which means you're referring to backend, right? Backend, which is .NET. Okay. The thing is, right, I have this series already created, if you remember, which is still part 16. So what I'll do, I have to continue this series again. So I have already recorded till part 20. So I will be start uploading them from Monday itself. And then once the series is completed, then maybe I can show you how we can do the unit testing for it. Okay, and just in case if you want that series to be at one place, I have created an you go on letsprogram.in, you have this video section. Over here you can find my playlist here. So here you can find all the videos related to this particular series. Okay, and I will be updating them as well for you guys. Okay, so you can find all this video series at one place on this website. Okay, so you have both the options, either go to the YouTube or you can go on the website to access it. Okay, but I will be definitely doing the unit testing as well for you. Okay, now let's take some other question with big dream. Sir, I hope you will make video because it's the only thing that blocks me on my project. I tried more time, but a lot of time there are a lot of companies that doesn't comes nicely like the real template. Yes, I think you're asking more of for the template thing, right? Okay, so for the template thing, maybe I can do that tonight if you want. I can do it tonight itself, and maybe you by tomorrow morning you can access that. So what I'll do, I'll try to create a base template for you with Angular material and Tailwind. Okay, right now I work with Angular material design, but it's not more funny as I want. Okay, so big dream, I think your name, I don't know that's your real name, but yeah, what you can do, you can use Angular material with Tailwind. So you can, like for example, if you want to make use of CDK things, so that also you can do. So you can make use of Angular CDK and you can style them with Tailwind, and you can customize the way you want. Or else if you want, we can go with something called as PrimeNg, because PrimeNg will be coming up with their version 18. I think they already released the beta version, which has some good design tokens. So if you want something fancy, something new, then I will recommend going with the beta version of PrimeNg, which they will be releasing it very soon, as per the Twitter post what I saw from the creator. So they will be releasing this month or maybe next month, first week of next month, I guess. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, bro, we need full project Angular as frontend and .NET as backend, please. That's what I can do for now. Maybe I can only create this project so that you can have a end-to-end project with .NET and Angular, and with deployment as well. So yeah, I will be also sharing the deployment strategy, how you can Dockerize your application, and you can make use of AWS services to deploy it as well. Okay, right. Okay, interesting applications, Shashi. Thanks, Abhiraj, again. Sure, thank you so much. Okay, guys, so if you have any other further questions, so you can ask me in the comment. And if you need any kind of help, so maybe we can always connect on Telegram, or maybe you can also find my Discord link as well. I'm not that much active there, but yeah, you can ping me there. We can come and talk, and we can do things together. Cool. Now let's talk about something for Angular. So if you know, currently we are using Angular version 18, but now soon Angular team will be releasing Angular version 19, which will be released on Feb. Okay, let's talk about the game-changing features. I think we have already a blog written. That's nice. Let's see, like I know a few of the things that we are getting resource API, then we are getting in material, we will be having a dedicated tab for styling and all of that. Let's see what we have here in this blog. Okay, this is just a video where one of the guy from Angular team is trying to tell what will be there. But yeah, there are some new things which is coming. There are resource API, there are linked signal, a lot of things. As far as I know, there are two things which I just mentioned, but let's see what else. New features, let's try to take a look together. Angular 19 the future, I don't know what's new. Let's see some blogs. Angular 19 standalone components by default. Yes, we are already using it. That's nice. Angular 19 example. So now, yes, the new update, I think they are trying to what do we say, remove that boolean from the metadata. So remember previously, whenever we were creating standalone component, we have to add standalone as true. But now with Angular 19, you don't have to specify that. And because of that, this will make your component metadata a bit slim. So that's a thumbs up feature for me, to be honest. That's nice. Enhanced performance and faster build, I guess yes, because now we have Vite. Okay, expected performance enhancement, faster build time, blah blah blah. Okay, enhanced lazy loading. Okay, then we have hydration and server-side rendering. Okay, so hydration, I remember they have already added the incremental hydration. Okay, if you guys don't know what is hydration, then it's something which you will see more of in the SSR based application. And as the name suggests, server-side render. So your HTML gets rendered from the server. Okay, and server don't have the events attached to it instantly. So if you try to do any event related thing, so that will not work correctly. So but yeah, but maybe in Angular they have already added a lot of features for server side, which is event bubbling. Like whenever you click some event, so it will capture that event for you and it will help you to trigger it. Okay, so just to make your things more fast. And that's what this hydration also does. It will helps you to keep your things hydrated as a server side. Okay, yeah, which improves the core web vitals and a lot of things. Okay, that's nice. Then we have Signal as future. Yes, Signal is already there since Angular version 16. Expanding micro frontend capabilities. Oh yes, guys, if you guys are not aware, I have recently given a talk, yeah, it was a recorded talk for NG Poland, where I have talked about, what was that, courses, or it was, I forgot that link, mastercourses.dev. Yes, so if you go on this website, I'm not sure if you will be able to access it. I don't think so, because this is the paid one. I have recently gave a talk for NG Poland, and I have a recorded session here, which is micro frontend with Angular. We can build. So here I have tried to demonstrate about micro frontends. Okay, if you want me to do this thing again, I can do that as a YouTube live, where I can
welcome. Thank you for tuning into this session on micro frontend with Angular, where we are building scalable UIs natively. So micro frontends are all about breaking down your large application into smaller, more manageable parts to make it scalable and easier to maintain.
Where we have created
and this was the way which I always recommend if you want to share a data between two components. One via the observable stream and the second thing via the custom element. So if you take a look at the custom element, those I would say they load lazy. Like the observables are very much reactive.
How to do
react based on any event happens, so I think I'll go with the observables. But you want to see
it's
some data lazy,
like
if you click that and after
the new bundler, what Angular is using and all that. So yeah, kudos to Angular team for giving us a lot of things now. I think it's just my personal opinion. I think I wanted this Angular, whatever features they're giving it now, I think they should have given it 1 or 2 years before. I think so. Then it would have made them more popular, what I feel, in community as well. Like a lot of people will adapt Angular more. But yeah, if you want to take a look at this, maybe you will have to get subscribed to this and then get it. But yeah, if you want, I can create a video separately to explain this micro frontend topic. Okay, but yeah, that's what here they are also saying, expanding micro frontend capabilities with Angular 19 is expected to nice. This advancement, okay, looks good. The future of Angular looks good. But yeah, I'll do a dedicated video with whatever the new enhancement what they are trying to bring in Angular. Yeah, so this guy has written a very good blog, I can see. So before Angular, in Angular 18, that's how it was, but now with Angular 19, they just remove that metadata to make it slim. So yeah, less boilerplate code, reduced need for ng module, blah blah blah. We have a performance boost, faster builds and optimized workflow. That's nice. Incremental build, Okay, we have tree shaking improvement, that's good. This will help us to improve the bundle size by adding this tree shaking. Then we have lazy loading optimization. We minimizes the time to interactive. That's nice. Hydration. Maybe I should take, I don't know, man. There is no video on the YouTube I have seen people talking about hydration in detail. I think so this is a good opportunity for me to come up with a video to explain this hydration. Maybe yeah, I can take that topic, or maybe 10-15 minutes of topic which can explain you what is hydration. Right, so guys, if you guys know some new feature of Angular, then do let me know in the comment. If you know about maybe I'm missing that also in the blog. If you know it, then please let me know in the comment. So we have signals. I think it's the same. Micro frontend. Okay, I think they both have copied the blog, I guess. I don't know. Looks almost the same. Yep. Let's see. Do we have something additional here? Yeah, it's standalone, enhanced. Okay, advanced. Yeah, it's the same, man. It's the same. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. Okay, responded to this. This isn't a use case for effect. The menu should be computed based on is logged in signal. Yep. That's true. Yep. I think I have written something a few days back. And that's true actually, because now with the linked signal, I don't have to use effects. Again, just not to confuse you guys. So there is a new concept which is coming, which is linked signal. Okay, let's take a look at this linked signal. What is this linked signal? The problem with reset pattern. Yeah, based on the signal, if you want to do some reset, if you want to do some computation, that is possible now with the new signal. That's cool. I think it's a very cool feature now. Yep. So suppose you have a signal, and based on this signal you want to do some computation, so that can be done now. Pretty good, right? So that's what a link signal does. So it takes a source as your signal. So this source will listen to the signal, and whenever something changes, this computation will happen and this will update this signal. I think so. That's nice. That's cool feature now. Okay, a lot of things are coming for Angular. That's good. Right then. Okay, so that's it from today's YouTube live. So if you have any question, anything to ask me, so you can do that by asking me on LinkedIn or Telegram. Okay. But yeah, for this project again, I will be doing some update tomorrow, and I will push some changes by integrating the backend. So if you want this project, again, you can head over to GitHub and grab this project from there, dev tracker. Okay. And also, last but not the least, if you want to use this Scrum poker thing, then that also you can use it from this website, poker.letsprogram.in, and you guys can do your Scrum planning by using this. Okay, and soon guys, I will be coming up with this new project section on my website, where I will have the dedicated project here with all the live URLs and also the GitHub code. I will be keeping most of my project open source, so if you want to contribute, if you want to use it for your own project, so that also you can do that. So yeah, I'm working on this particular page. Okay, all right, so I hope you guys have no questions. I see nothing in the comment now, so that's good. So thanks for joining, guys. Maybe wait, I think there are a few. I just want to ask a question before I go. Do you want me to do a Hindi version of my videos, just in case? Maybe I'll create a poll again on my YouTube channel, so do let me know. If you want a dedicated video to which has to be done in Hindi, then do let me know, because I know in the start I have started things with Hindi and then I forgot, okay, I want to do for my audience as well. I don't know what kind of audience I have. Like most of the audience seems to be English audience, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, just in case if you want things to be done in Hindi, then do let me know. I can come up with that as well. But yeah, not on this channel. I'll create a separate channel for it. Again, I'm not doing anything for views and subscribers, but yeah, just for you guys to be more comfortable with the language, then yeah, I can do that as well. So do let me know if you're looking for such thing. Right then, so that's it from this today's video. I hope you guys have no questions then let me end this today's talk. Bye bye guys, see you maybe next time, very soon. Bye bye.